I never believed in love at first sight. Not because I thought it didn't exist, but because I had never felt anything close to it. Until the night I met him. It was raining heavily that evening. The kind of rain that makes the streets look like mirrors and washes away the noise of the city. I had just finished my shift at the small cafe where I worked. My shoes were soaked, my umbrella was broken, and honestly, I just wanted to get home, eat something warm, and sleep. That's when everything changed. I saw him standing across the street. He wasn't holding an umbrella. He didn't seem to care about the rain. He just stood there, calm, still, like the storm belonged to him. Our eyes met for just a second, and I felt something strange. Not fear, not exactly. Something deeper. Something dangerous. I quickly looked away and started walking faster. I told myself I was overthinking. He was just a stranger. But I didn't know that from that moment. My life was no longer mine. The next day, I saw him again. This time, he walked into the cafe. Every conversation stopped. Even the sound of the coffee machine seemed quieter. People looked at him, but quickly looked away, like they were afraid to be caught staring. He walked straight to the counter. To me. "Coffee," he said. His voice was low, calm, and powerful. I nodded quickly. My hands were shaking as I prepared his order. "Your name?" he asked. I hesitated. "Amara." He repeated it slowly. "Amara." The way he said my name, it didn't feel normal. It felt like he was memorizing it. "Nice name," he added. I gave a small smile. "Thank you." When I handed him his coffee, our fingers touched. Just for a second. But it felt like electricity. He didn't leave immediately. He sat at the corner table, watching everything. Watching me. Days passed, then weeks. He came to the cafe every single day. Always alone. Always quiet. And always watching me. I learned his name from whispers around the neighborhood. Adrian. But people didn't just say his name. They said it carefully. Like it carried weight. Like it carried fear. "He's not just a businessman," one of my coworkers told me. "What do you mean?" I asked. She leaned closer. "They say he's dangerous." I laughed nervously. "Dangerous how?" She looked around before speaking again. "Mafia." My heart skipped. "No, that's not possible," I said. But deep inside, I already knew. There was something about him that didn't feel normal. Something dark. I should have stayed away. I should have ignored him. But I didn't. Because slowly, I started looking forward to seeing him. To hearing his voice. To feeling that strange pull whenever he was near. And one evening, everything changed again. The cafe was closing when he walked in. Late. Unusual. "Come with me," he said. I froze. "What?" "Just for a drive," he added. "I can't," I replied quickly. "I don't even know you." He stepped closer. "Amara," he said softly, "you know enough." My heart was beating so fast I could barely think. Every warning in my mind was screaming at me to say no. But something stronger made me say yes. The car was black. Expensive. Silent. The city lights passed by as we drove, but he didn't speak for a while. Neither did I. Finally, I broke the silence. "Where are we going?" "You'll see," he replied. That answer didn't comfort me. After what felt like forever, the car stopped in front of a huge house. No, not a house. A mansion. Guards stood outside, armed. My stomach tightened. "Adrian, what is this?" I asked. He turned to me. "This," he said, "is my world." Inside, everything was perfect. Too perfect. Clean, quiet, controlled. But I could feel it, something heavy in the air. Fear. Power. Secrets. "Why did you bring me here?" I asked. He looked at me for a long moment before speaking. "Because I'm tired of pretending." My chest felt tight. Pretending what? That I'm someone normal when I'm with you. The room suddenly felt smaller. Who are you? I whispered. He stepped closer. I'm the man people warn you about, he said. Silence filled the space between us. I'm the one mothers tell their daughters to stay away from. My eyes filled with tears. I'm the danger. I should have run. I should have left and never looked back. But I didn't move. Why are you telling me this? I asked. Because you deserve the truth, he replied. And the truth is, he paused, his voice softer now, I can't stay away from you. My heart broke and healed at the same time. This is wrong, I said. You and me, it's wrong. I know, he whispered. But it doesn't change how I feel. Days turned into nights. And nights turned into something more. I kept seeing him, even when I knew I shouldn't. Even when fear followed me home. Even when I noticed strange cars watching me. He protected me. But at the same time, he was the reason I needed protection. I was falling in love with him. The mafia king. The man everyone feared. One night, everything shattered. I was at home when I heard a loud noise outside. Then shouting. Then gunshots. My body froze. Before I could react, my door burst open. Men in black rushed in. Where is he? One of them shouted. I don't know, I cried. They didn't believe me. One of them grabbed my arm. You're coming with us. I screamed. I fought. But it was useless. When I woke up, I was in a dark room. Tied to a chair. My head hurt. My heart raced. Adrian, I whispered. The door opened. A man walked in. Cold eyes, no emotion. You're important to him, he said. I stayed silent. That makes you useful. Tears rolled down my face. What do you want? I asked. He smiled slightly. To break him. Hours passed. Maybe days. I lost track of time. Fear became my only reality. Until the door slammed open. Gunshots filled the air. Chaos. And then, him, Adrian, covered in blood, breathing heavily, looking at me like I was the only thing that mattered. Amara, he said. I broke down. He rushed to me, untied me, held me tightly. I'm here, he whispered. I'm here. That night changed everything. Not just for him. For me. Because I realized something terrifying. I wasn't just in love with him. I was part of his world now. And there was no way out. You have to leave me, I told him later. We were standing on the balcony of his mansion. The city lights below us. I can't, he said. You have to, I insisted. Your world, it's destroying me. He looked at me, pain in his eyes. It's destroying me too, he admitted. Silence. I tried to stay away, he added, but I failed. Tears fell down my cheeks. So did I whispered. Love isn't always beautiful. Sometimes it's dark. Sometimes it's dangerous. Sometimes it feels like standing on the edge of a cliff, knowing you might fall but not stepping back. That's what we were. A beautiful mistake. A dangerous love story. In the end, I had a choice. Stay and risk everything. Or leave and lose him forever. I looked at him one last time. The man who changed my life. The man who broke my fear and became my fear. I love you, I said. His voice cracked as he replied, I love you more. And in that moment, I realized something. Love doesn't always save you. Sometimes, it destroys you. So I walked away. Not because I stopped loving him, but because I loved him enough to let him go. But even now, on quiet nights, when the rain falls, just like the night we met, I still feel him. I still hear his voice. And I still wonder if the devil ever truly loved me, or if I was just another story in the life of a mafia king. And